Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Carol.
In 2016, we sold almost everything we own, and we took our 3 teenage kids on an epic family road trip around North America and the world.
We knew we could always make more money, but we could never get back time.
Along the way, our kids grew up into awesome young adults while developing the entrepreneurial skills and life experiences that have set them on their own adventurous paths. In our new chapter as empty nesters, our adventure continues, both off the grid at our cabin in the wilderness and on the road exploring distant places in our well-equipped expedition truck.
Were you guys waiting long?
No, we literally just pulled it.
Hi, Bo.
Chickens up here. Oh, yeah, that's her little food. Oh. What's the rock one? Oh, yeah. Here. You're doing that? Oh, cute. Oh, yep. Oh,
We're taking like a captain. I know, it's been a while. It's like perfect.
Oh, where's my buddy?
Oh. You actually have literally all those bananas. I'll just smash them up and we can get banana bread or something. Sorry, I didn't even ask you. Did you need me to wash the kids it all over?
Is that Caroline?
You disgusting.
Good morning. Today is a special day. We have Caroline and my brother and family up for a few days here at the cabin, and we are going to be making a meal that she's made many times on the trail. So cooking with fire, you always need to take precaution, and today has a little bit of a gust, so I put up our windscreen and always have a bucket of water nearby. You ready? You got it? We'll get this on the fire and let it sit. I think we should do some target practice while we're waiting.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like what you're doing. One straight, one's where I'm going.
Breathe.
Nice. There you go. You got a liver shot. Sweet.
That was a butt.
Oh, okay, that was Caroline's shot. Well, now you know. But that's weird. You got it. That's awesome. You did something. Nice. That's a good one. So that's in front.
I'll go get
so what would the book's look like? Remember we were looking at the book?
Was
So
it
now
like,
when you would shoot, you go,
Yeah.
okay, so that's what I would be looking at.
avocado.
Avocado.
And jalapeno.
Avocado.
Oh, an avocado.
Stop! Like, you don't have to be in the water.
So now that we have the meat pulled and ready and the rice is cooking, we also have some corn boiling over the fire, just getting ready so that I can make a few of the toppings and sides for this. And that will be a corn salsa, a tomato salsa, and then the cilantro lime rice and guacamole.
Let's dig in. Guys, it's ready to eat. Time to eat. Okay. I think Caroline's done. What an amazing time to be with Caroline. It's always special and it means so much. And I love just learning how, she viewed cooking on the road and now here at the island. And yes, there's always bugs, dust, rain, snow, it's all of that makes the memories. And I think we'll look back on this one, even though we were having so much fun. She'll look back and remember all the bugs, but that will be the memory. And it was delicious, and we all gathered around and enjoyed a wonderful meal made simply with love.
Here, Gigi. 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 Come here. Oh, fast. I don't think that's your fastest.
Cheese.
And then you can actually sail in here. Just follow the inlet right in here.
Ay. Cheese. Where's the fishing? Oh.
Have a good day fishing.
Delicious.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. That guy's so he maybe is
Oh no.
It's perfect that we're ready for it. Bye, Lynn.
See my lure?
Say bye, Uncle Ben.
Love you, bud. You good, okay?
Love you.
Say bye to your bird.
Say bye, Uncle Ben.
Bye, Bobo.
It was like on the boat, and then all of a sudden I was like,
Bye, Bo.
Bye, Bob.
it was super nice to have Caroline and Sylvia here for a couple of days. It was wonderful. But there's a lot of bugs right now on the mainland, so we're gonna head out in the water, get back to the island. Hey guys, so we're just taking a break from doing some chores around the cabin. Carol's been getting the garden in, which is exciting, and that will produce results later in the summer and in the fall. But we just had an amazing time with Keith and Caitlin, their kids, and Sylvia, the kid's cousin, and our daughter Caroline. So that was a real treat. So they've all gone home now, but we just had a really fun time with them and reflecting on the good old days. And it's funny, you know, when we are now referring to our big trip with the kids in the past tense, which is weird for us because for 8 years straight it was something we were all doing, you know, together. And although over the last 2 years or so the kids have been going on these different expeditions and going on trips by themselves and doing all kinds of things, we still, you know, I've just been easing into the idea of being empty nesters, which is a really fun chapter in life. It's really exciting for us, and we're almost there. We're not quite fully detached to the point where we can just come and go as we please. You know, there's a lot of things we're doing, getting the kids set up for their futures. But it's fun to hear them talk about their dreams, which is, we had some time this weekend talking with Caroline and the boys.
And it's definitely different than even a year ago or 2 years ago talking to them. You know, they had different ideas, but they were still really unsure. And as parents, of course, you know, you still want them closer. But now that they're talking to us like this last weekend, and they're getting really crystal clear on what they want. And Pete and I kind of looked at each other and we said, oh my goodness, this sounds like when we were, you know, newlyweds or, you know, married, and we had this idea of what we wanted to do. And there was different chapters of that idea and different goals, but I think they are getting pretty clear on a vision for themselves. And it was kind of odd to kind of I would look over at Pete sometimes and be like, wow, this is exciting, because now it's kind of like you're getting that relief, you know, that confidence in them that they have that vision.
Yeah, they have a vision, they have a short-term plan, long-term goals, which, like Carol said, it reminds us of doing that ourselves. And without a vision, you know, you won't know if you reach your goal because you didn't have it clearly laid out. So as you may or may not know, Pete and Dan both have their own YouTube channels, so they're sticking to the family business and continuing to help create family-friendly content on YouTube and other platforms. And we're really happy and excited about that. They're using the skills they've learned over the years, entrepreneurial skills, videography skills, and just storytelling in a way that's inspiring and uplifting. And so they're both working on awesome projects here. Short-term goals they have, long-term goals. If you've watched their videos, they talk about their long-term goals. They both want to buy property and build a homestead, and Dan wants to actually build a log cabin. So the project he's working on right now is dismantling an old log building and using it as an exercise to learn how to rebuild a cabin, and then he'll take those skills one day and build his own cabin. So we think that's really cool, and that's Dan's style to a T. I mean, he's a well-traveled guy. He still loves to travel from time to time. In fact, next week if everything goes smoothly, we're going to be importing their motorcycles, their adventure bikes, into Canada. And then I'm sure he and Pete will take trips from time to time. So Dan's working on that project, and Pete has resurrected the Adventure Guys channel. They started that a couple years ago, and then focused their attention on other places, especially with learning cinematography. They were gone a lot with X Overland, but he's got that channel going back, and he's just an adventurous guy, and he likes doing all kinds of different adventures. And his current one, he's fixing up a sailboat, an old sailboat that was here on the property, and rigging it up, and he wants to use it to learn how to sail. That's been a dream of his for a long time. Every time as we were traveling, we'd always see sailboats out there, and sometimes, you know, we were in BC on the island, we drove way into the backcountry, And then we looked over and there was a sailboat anchored there. And I remember all of us kind of going, wow, that looks really neat. And they were able to work their way inland through one of these channels. But so that's been a dream of Pete's for some time. So he's going to take that little boat and learn how to sail. And this island gets, or this lake gets some good wind. And so that'll be a good learning for him. And then his next short-term goal is to buy a fixer-upper boat, something bigger, something he could live in.
His cabin on the water.
Cabin on the water, and fix that up and go sailing the North Channel. We're not that far from some of the best freshwater sailing, at least in North America. So it's fun for us to see the kids with a plan. Caroline was here, and we've always been encouraging her when she's done with her work, and she has a bit more time to invest in her year of service, but she's getting close to wrapping that up, and she left here with her old camera bag in her hand and some cameras and things, and we've been always encouraging her to use her talents in cinematography and videography and creativity, and she's always like, yeah, I probably will. But that was exciting, so who knows, stay tuned for that. I would love it if she did.
And she was like, where's all my camping gear? And I'm like, so we'll see.
And she's driving Vandy.
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll keep you informed of if she decides to start putting out some content, because many of you have enjoyed her content on Epic Family Road Trip over the years. But it is funny to talk about it in the past tense. Not that Epic Family Road Trip is over. Life is about chapters. That's what Carol and I were reflecting on. And we've gone through so many chapters. There's a time when we have, just like Keith and Caitlin here, with 2 young kids. And we remember those days, and you're running here and there, and there's all kinds of things that you used to do that you sacrifice because now you have little kids. But it goes so fast, and then you're into the next chapter with teenagers, and then you're into the next chapter with grown adults like we are now.
Yeah.
And the last 8 years of being with teenagers, it just went by like that. It's absolutely crazy. So for young parents out there, enjoy each chapter. Don't get stressed out when things are crazy, because it'll be gone and you'll miss it. And then use the time as parents. It's to us, it's the greatest vocation or job in the world. There's nothing more rewarding than raising up the next generation. And so enjoy each chapter and use it fully to be a parent. But now we're entering this empty nest thing. We're stumbling into it. And as far as the channel goes, YouTube doesn't like change, and we've had a lot of change. So we had Jeep people watching our channel, and then when we moved to a truck, some of them say, well, I only watch Jeep people. So we're like, okay. We do have our faithful friends that are watching right now. You guys,
thank you.
Yeah, you guys, we really appreciate you, because you watch all of our videos, and
no matter what we're doing.
Right. You watch just to...
you're there for us.
Yeah, and we appreciate that very, very much. Then there's some people that, go, well, I watched for the kids, and now the kids are on their own thing. We'll move over there, and that's cool too. And it's all good, but we are going to, of course, continue the Epic Family Road Trip in this new phase of our family. We're still a family. We're just, chapter 4 of our family, and it's a natural, good progression. So many, we get a lot of comments where people, not just on YouTube, but on all the social medias, saying, I can't wait till you're all back together again traveling. And, when's Caroline coming back? When are you guys all going back on the road? But, it's just, it wouldn't be right to, the kids have outgrown being in the back of our vehicle with mom and dad driving them around. Now, if they had their own vehicles, they're filming their own content, and we got together and did an epic adventure,
I see that happening.
we're definitely planning to do more of that. But it'll be different. Things can't go back to the way they were before. The kids have grown, we've grown, life goes on. But it doesn't need to be seen as a negative thing. So that's how we foresee Epic Family Road Trip going forward. The other thing about YouTube is it likes one subject, and we've been dabbling in both. So we ramp things up doing our cabin series, and then things are just starting to go well, and then we take off on a road trip, and then it collapses, and then it starts ramping up with our road, our overland audience. So of course we're going to keep the Epic Family Road Trip going, but a lot of it will be Carol and I, on our Empty Nest edition, traveling around looking for remote places and having a lot of fun like we've done over the years. And as often as possible, we'll get together as a family.
And that's fun because the kids were all talking about that, like all these what ifs and plans of trips and ideas of meeting up, but yet, like what Pete was saying, they're filming their own adventure. And
doing one channel with 5 adults, it worked for when they're young, of course, because we all decide together as a family we're going to go here and there and so on. But when you get to be an adult, you want your kids to make their own decisions, to have their own finances, to have their own, be able to express their own creativity. You'll see a massive difference between Pete's videos and Dan's. They both have different personalities, different ways of doing things, and that by allowing everyone to have their own outlet for their creativity, I think it allows them to shine and really come into who they are as people. So stay tuned for a lot of exciting stuff. Thank you again for sticking with us. And so that's just kind of what was going on in our heads, and we thought we'd share it with you guys, give kind of a direction for the channel going forward. As you know, Carol has the second channel, and I hope you follow the link in the description and head over there. We show on this video a meal that she made, but to watch that meal in detail with all the ingredients and everything, those are the videos we're putting on Simple Meals, and we put a short version on here. So if you're a foodie and you want to see good food cooked outside and ideas for your family, head on over to Simple Meals. In the meantime, now we're just doing some planning for a short term. I told you we're going to be exporting the bikes, and we have to drive through Northern Ontario for that. So we thought it would be wonderful to do a camping trip in the Jeep, or maybe both Jeeps. As you know, we use the Onyx off-road app a lot for planning out our trails and for recording them while we're out there and for learning about the area. And I just want to let you know that we have a link below because we're an affiliate for them, and you can get 20% off. So if you've been thinking about getting the Onyx app, use the link below or use the code EFRT and get those savings. And then lastly, Onyx is doing a special thing. One of their ambassadors is building out a schoolie or a school bus.
Yeah, it's a really fun project.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, but if you're an Onyx member, even if you have the free version, you can get your name on the wrap that goes around the bus. And so I'll put a little QR code down here, and if you're on a TV, you can just scan that with your phone and it'll take you to the website, or a link below if you're on a computer or a phone. And yeah, check it out, Onyx Off-Road. It's a great app, and we've got some savings for you with the link below.
And in the meantime,
We'll see you down the road.
Wrong way. Oh wait, no, this is the right way. I was like, where am I going? Into the forest. I have to go this way. Woo! gonna be so fresh. Dear Lord. Ooh. Yeah, I started going the wrong way. Bugs. Do you have to? Oh, yeah, nice. I was like, Sylvia. I know I took Carol's. Holy dip. Go now.